It's rebuild time. Welcome back to the channel for another FM22 rebuild challenge. Today we are taking on Benfica, former Champions League winners and previously very dominant in the country of Portugal. If you like the rebuild content, please do drop a like on it down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And without any further ado, let's just dive in this weekend and take a look at Benfica. So if we take a look at Benfica's history, you can see they have been very good in Portugal over the last 10 years. Most recently winning the title in the 2018-2019 season. Then before that, they had a 4-year period of dominance. And then before that, winning the title in 2009-2010. And then the last time before that was 2004-2005. They also have 2 Champions Leagues to their name. Back-to-back Champions Leagues in 1961 and 1962. They've won the Portuguese title a lot. 37 wins in that, and then there's quite a few cups in Portugal that they can win as well, which they are eligible to win. So domestically they've been pretty darn good. If we look at the Portuguese league though, and the past winners, this is probably a little bit easier for you guys to digest. In the seasons that they don't win it, they are usually runners up to pretty much Porto for the most part. So we need to reinstall a element of dominance back into Portugal, much like we did with Juventus last week. There are a few things that I do like about Benfica. They've got the state-of-the-art youth facilities, state-of-the-art training facilities, so you know they are going to bring out these talented new gen players. Which is exactly kind of what I'm looking to do here. They don't have the biggest budget in terms of being able to go and sign players. I've got 4.2 million here. Next season's transfer budget will be around 7 million. I've got about 40k in the wage budget as well to try and work with. But the big issue, they have a massive debt. Like monumental debt. 478 million at the start of the game. There's no way that we are going to do this whilst being successful, whilst being successful. So we need to be shrewd with our investments. We need to try and bring through the youth that we do have, and we need to try and see what we can do. The financial status is listed as okay. God, I don't know what I'd be like if I was 500 million in debt. I wouldn't be okay with it, that's for sure. In terms of the competitions that we are in the Portuguese League and 2 of the Portuguese Cups. We also have the Champions League, which we enter in the 3rd qualifying round, which I hate qualifying. If you've watched my series with Red Star, my live series with Red Star, you will know that I hate Champions League qualifying because I barely get in. I've had 4 seasons with Red Star, got in the Champions League once because of having to play in the qualifying path. We are in a good spot. We are, I'd like to say, better than Genk. Sorry, Demand More FM. We are better than Genk, so I'd like to think we can make it into the Champions League, which we kind of have to do to attract the kind of players that I want into this club to be successful, but also to generate that revenue and try and clear some of this monumental debt. In terms of pre-season, we've been pretty good. We beat the second 11, we beat Pia, we beat a couple of these players, we beat our B team, drew with Celtic, and beat Utrecht. Now I've come back here because we've got in a couple of days that Champions League match against Genk. In terms of the tactic though, this is what we're going to use this time. This is my Rockin' Red Star, this is what we use on stream. So, you know, you guys have seen a lot of this tactic, you know, nothing overly special. It's a 4-2-3-1 at the end of the day. Goalkeeper, fullbacks on support, central defenders, box-to-box midfielder, deep line playmaker, attacking midfielder, inside forwards on both sides, and then a advanced forward up top. If we go for a quick pick without restriction and set up the best 11, this is kind of where we're at right now. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, Lazario, Otamendi, Velimoso, who I assume will get sold for quite a pretty penny at some point. Grimaldo, Weigl, Mario, Goncalves, Pizzi, Rafa, and then Carlos Vinicius, who is actually out on loan in this first season. I don't know where he is. Yeah, he's on loan at PSV. Yeah, so good striker actually, but out on loan. So we're going to have some interesting stuff to do here. There are players in this team that I think could go for quite a lot of money. Lucas Velimoso, one of those. I think he could well go for a decent amount. 26 years old, centre-back Brazilian. has really good attributes where he needs them, so I think he could go for a decent amount. Grimaldo is another player who I think is very, very good, decent on the ball for a fullback. He's currently wanted by Milan already, and Julian Weigl is currently wanted by Liverpool, Manchester United, Bayern, Barca, and Real Madrid. Now, I've tried him before. He's okay. I don't think he's exceptional. So we'll have to see how he gets on and see if we can maybe potentially sell him, especially as he's most comfortable as a defensive midfielder, and we're not using one. You've got Pizzi and Rafa, the Benfica stalwarts, if I would say that. And then we've got lots of players. Florentino Luis is another interesting one that I'm looking forward to using. But the main thing about Benfica, right, is if we go into their under-19s, and no, maybe not under-19s, maybe they're in the under-23s, or they're in the B team. There's some players in here that I think have phenomenal potential. You can see there's quite a lot of ability knocking around here already. And if we go into the squad, the actual first team squad, and then sort by potential, it's because I've already moved the guys up. So Florentino Luis is there. He is out on loan in this first season. He's out on loan at Getafe, but always turns into a very, very good player. I'm looking forward to trying him. We've also got Rafael Luis, central midfielder, central defender potentially. Model citizen personality, so you know he's going to develop quite nicely. And then the one I'm most excited to try is Hugo Felix, João Felix's younger brother. I think he looks great for 17. He's primed to be that attacking midfielder in this potential formation. Nice flair, good passing, good technique already for someone so young. So in terms of the club vision, we're just going to talk on that a little bit. In terms of that club vision, they want us to play attacking football, play entertaining football, sign high rep players, and develop players using the club's youth system. Surely these two go against each other a little bit. They also want to maintain the best youth system in the division, which is nice. That is music to my ears, and work within the wage budget throughout the course of 5 years. In terms of the competition, so they want us to get to the group stage of the Champions League, win the league, reach the cup final, and then this one, this cup, I don't know what it is. I assume it's like a similar version to the League Cup potentially. They don't care. It's not very important. So what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to simulate this entire first season. I'll be back at the end of the year. Have we managed to get our hands on some silverware? I'll see you in a sec. So it's the end of season 1 in Portugal, and annoyingly, we've not won the league. We were beaten to it by FC Porto by 1 point. They got 77 points. We got 76 points. If I expand this league a little bit further, we go on stages, and then we go on the full table. This is how things look for that season number 1. We were 10 points clear of Braga, who were the team in third, but unfortunately just couldn't overturn Porto in this first season. 23 wins apiece. They just drew one more game that we lost. So unfortunately, we do have 4 losses throughout the course of the season. Only one of them against Porto. In terms of their losses, they lost to Belenenses twice, and Famalicão, I believe is how you say that team's name. I'm sorry, any Portuguese viewers, I'm going to butcher a lot in this game, in this rebuild this weekend. So unfortunately, we couldn't get past FC Porto in that first instance, but we did manage to win the cup, which is nice. We got to that cup final and we beat Sporting in extra time. If we click on this one, you can see a goal from Pizzi in the 98th minute, a penalty, and then Haris Seferovic with a second. The team playing very, very well, though. It's just kind of lacking in terms of the striker output in this particular instance. But we do get our hands on some silverware, and we're runners-up in the Allianz Cup. We lose that one to Sporting in the final stage. I'm just trying to expand it here so you can have a look at the game. There we go. Pablo Sarabia with the goal for Sporting. He's obviously come in on loan from PSG. Now, as soon as that loads up, I just click back off of it. But in terms of things, we got to the group stage of the Champions League. We were in a horrendous group of death. We had Liverpool, Atleti, and AC Milan. We finish on 7 points, as do Milan. We're all on minus goal difference, but it was Liverpool and Atleti that go through. And because Milan had a slightly better goal difference than us, they had -1, we had -2. They go into the Europa League, and we crash out of Europe at the first time of asking. It's a horrendous group though, but our coefficient rating wasn't the best. So I'm hoping now next season, after picking up some goals, we could be picking up some results in that competition. We could get a little bit higher up. My issue with this team right now is we are lacking a striker. As you can see here, if we go into the league stuff, we got a top goal scorer here. We got 3 guys on 11 goals: 𝘼𝙗𝙗, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, and 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗. Not overly happy with their output. 11 goals apiece. If we go into the tactic and sort the guys by goals here. Game. Come on. Carlos Vinicius scored 21 away on loan at PSV, which is annoying. But yeah, 19 for 𝘼𝙗𝙗, 17 for 𝘼𝙗𝙗, 16 for Busy, 16 for 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗, and 13 for Rafa. We're scoring goals, but we still don't have that one guy, that one elite centre forward to go and score the goals for us. So that is probably going to be my key area of concern. We've also got 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗 playing the central attacking midfield role, which I think is not going to work. So I think next season it may be the debut of Hugo Felix in that position. Didn't really play a huge amount this year, played 1 appearance in the Allianz Cup. I think he's going to start next season, but we're going to have a transfer window. In terms of the finances, I have 6.3 million to go and spend. Let's go find us a striker. Right then, guys, it is transfer update for season number 2, and I've been pretty busy in that transfer window. We have managed to recoup 61 million in terms of player sales, and we spent 44 million of our own cash to try and bolster this team. Initially, let's talk about the outgoings. Lucas Velimoso, the centre-back who I did mention, he has gone. He's gone to PSG for £41 million, which seems like a lot of money. But he was our best centre-back, so you never really know, do you? I think 41 million. I think we did well to get 41 million for him. We sold our goalkeeper as well. Not overly happy with him. He's gone to Inter Milan for 10 million. I don't see him playing a huge amount for Inter unless he's come in as kind of a replacement for Handanovic. I mean, he's 28 years of age. I guess he is in his prime. And we've also sold Roman Yaremchuk to Ajax as well. The Ukrainian forward, he's gone as well. Sold him for 7.25, and then we also sold this guy, Rodrigo Pino. He's gone as well, didn't really get in the team, so when 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗 came in, we sold him. We've got a couple of others. We've moved on 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗 as well. But let's talk about the incomings. First and foremost, we picked up Tolisso from Bayern Munich. His contract was out of his contract was up, and he did not sign anywhere else, which was quite nice. He decided he wanted to come and play in Portugal, come and get some sun after being in Germany for a long period of time. I think he's very consistent, very nice player, can play in quite a lot of positions as well. I think he will help us in that central midfield spot. We also went out and signed Lorenzo Luca. I know what you comments are going to say, but I needed a striker. I think Lorenzo Luca can be that guy for us, that sort of figurehead at the top of the pitch. I think he can really go out and get the job done for us. Another one who I love, Oscar Mingueza, has come in from Barcelona. He was transfer listed actually for 14.5 million. 14.5 million we got him for. I think he is brilliant. In my Barcelona rebuild, he went on to be elite at both centre-back and right-back. He's come in with the agreed time as a fringe player. He's going to play every damn game. So he can play at right back, can play at centre back. I don't know which one my assistant's going to play him at, but I'm very happy to have Oscar Mingueza here. We've also, that's the same player. Steve, come on, pay attention. We've also signed Omar Soulé from RB Salzburg. Again, if you watch the RB Salzburg rebuild, this guy was brilliant. So again, gone out and used my knowledge of the game to try and strengthen this team. Soulé seems much more of a Benfica signing than some of the others. Sort of younger, sort of athletic, nice player. 15.25 million. RB Salzburg doing very well. Bought him for 4, sold him for 15. But we know how good Soulé can get in this game. So I'm hoping that he is the replacement, almost like for Velimoso. In terms of level, probably not what they actually do for the team, but in terms of level that they're at, I think Soulé is a good pickup. And then we sold our goalkeeper because I wasn't overly happy with him, and we've replaced him with Dominik Livakovic, who comes in from Dinamo Zagreb. Fantastic one-on-ones. We all know about this guy. Great reflexes. My goalkeeper for the season. So in terms of the team, this is what we're trying to do. I've decided that we are going to play João Felix. We are also going to play Lorenzo Luca. So I'm going to fix these two guys in for the simulation this year. But we've got loads of other players, as you can see, just scrolling through the squad on the right-hand side. We have lots and lots and lots of players this time around. But I want the development to come in for João Felix and Lorenzo Luca. So they are going to be fixed in these two positions for the course of the season. No more 𝘼𝙗𝙗 as that central attacking midfielder. In terms of the competitions though, we are in pretty much everything. I think this is like the Portuguese Super Cup, I'm not 100%, then like the League Cup, FA Cup sort of thing, and then the league, and then obviously the Champions League. We enter at the group stage this time, so no qualifying in season number 2, which is quite nice to see. In terms of the finances though, we've still got, I was going to say we've still got budget. We definitely don't. I'm going to move that into wage budget just about, so that we don't spend loads of money. We've got 42.5 million in the overall balance. We've still got 430 million pounds worth of debt, so I'm not getting too carried away. And in terms of the club vision and what is expected this season, let's go into here. They want us to be competitive in the Champions League, qualify for the Champions League in the league, reach the final of the main cup, and then the other two they don't care about at all, the Super Cup or the League Cup. So interesting season. Is this going to be the year we topple Porto? I'll see you at the end of it. End of season 2, and we've picked ourselves up a few damn trophies. We've won the Portuguese league as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Let's expand this. Let's have a look. Let's see ourselves at the top of that table. There we go. We managed to beat Porto by 3 points, only losing 1 game this season away at Sporting. 9 draws, 24 wins. It's our highest points return, 81 points for the boys, beating Porto, who kind of dropped off this year, especially losing their last 2 games of the season. Who were they against? In terms of their schedule, they lost their last 3 games, including the Portuguese Cup final. So they lost to Martimino and 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 in their last 2 games, both 2-3 losses. So they're very, very upset with that. But we win the league title. That is fantastic. We scored a decent amount of goals. We only concede 22 goals throughout the course of the season, which is absolutely brilliant. And we've also managed to add this trophy, getting to the final and beating Porto. Lorenzo Luca with 2 goals, and Pizzi scoring a nice goal as well. And then we've also won the Super Cup as well. We beat Porto in that one 2-0. Maybe this was a sign of things to come. Goals, as you can see, from Solé and Rafa, assists from Lorenzo Luca there. Looks like he's had a very productive season. I will show you Lorenzo Luca at the end of each year. Him and João Felix, as they're the kind of two that I am sort of leaning on for a lot of this action. Luca and Grimaldo with the assists there. So we get some silverware. In terms of the Champions League, we're in a group this time with Arsenal, Roma and Hoffenheim. We didn't qualify. Roma and Arsenal go through as first and second respectively. So we did drop down into the Europa League, where we got to the first knockout stage, where we were knocked out by Bilbao 3-2, having to play the away game. Not great, losing that one 3-2. Inaki and Neco Williams, the Williams brothers, doing the damage. We did score goals, Everton and João Mario, the goals for us, but it was those William brothers up top that really did a number on us. I am slightly concerned about João Felix. I don't know if he's fully ready yet, but I'm going to stick with him regardless, to see how he has got on and how he has developed. So first of all, let's look at Lorenzo Luca. He's now a 3-star player. We all know what Lorenzo Luca's like. His consistency is coming through, his big game attributes are coming through, and he is the best striker at the club at 22 years of age. We all know about Lorenzo Luca, but the one I'm really interested in is João Felix. Not João Felix, we can't afford João Felix. It's João Felix, because he's developed the consistency trait as well, and he is getting better. He is only 19 years of age, and being one of those linchpin players to sort of build all my attacks around is kind of what I'm looking for him to be. 29 appearances in all competitions, 6 goals, 11 assists for a teenager. Not too bad, actually. I'm hoping he goes from strength to strength in the course of this season. We do want to make things better though. Obviously, in terms of these competitions, we've done okay. We've not really done well in European competition thus far. Knocked out in the first knockout round of the Europa League isn't quite good enough. So in terms of the finances for next year, I have nothing. I have 3.6 million. And the debt's gone back up 472 million. So I'm going to have to get creative here. There are some players that I can maybe move on, but it's going to be an interesting transfer window going into season number 3. So then guys, transfer update for season number 3. We've been productive, I'd say. We've got quite a few outgoings. 𝘼𝙗𝙤 goes to Watford for 13.5 million. 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪 goes to Salzburg for 9.75 million. 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪 goes to Watford again, 9.5 million for him. Darwin Núñez hasn't really cut it for me in this particular save. Goes to Sochi for 3.7 million. We've been trying to spend money. We've been trying to recoup some money, and we've eventually pulled the trigger on this man. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 comes into the club from RB Salzburg. Everybody knows 𝘼𝙗𝙤 this year. And in this particular save, we know he's got that dynamic potential. In this particular save, he is a beast. 11 caps, 9 goals for the German national team, so he's doing his business there, but physically he's absolutely electric. He's already listed as an elite striker. We spent a lot of money on him, don't get me wrong, 45 million on him for a guy who only scored 8 goals in 15 last year. We're hoping he goes from strength to strength this year, playing in this team. In terms of the tactic, guys, we're going to leave Luca and João Felix in there in these particular positions, which I think you will see 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 drop in this spot quite a lot. We only signed one player, but what a one player it is. In terms of the competitions, guys, much the same. League, Champions League, and all the cup competitions in Portugal as well. Pre-season wise, we've been pretty solid, but haven't really tested ourselves. The first real test will come in the Super Cup against Porto in the season opener. Looks like he's played on a little park pitch there, but sure. Everything else though, guys, relatively straightforward as you kind of would expect. Development center, we've had a couple players come through. This is the one that I'm most excited by. Ivan Almeida, striker, looks pretty good. 16 years of age at the moment, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He doesn't have that consistency trait though, which is really frustrating for me when you see a player this damn good. He's a model citizen, and he's got the trait already of playing places his shots, and he's good on both feet. So we're going to try and see what we can do with him. But to be honest, guys, the potential machine that is this Benfica youth system is churning players out left, right, and centre. So as you can see, we've got a very strong under-19 squad. Let's see what we can do with it. Maybe you'll see some of these players come through and be in that starting 11 very, very, very soon. So these are the competitions. Not really much to talk about club vision wise. If we go into things here, they're happy with me for a lot of stuff. Work within the wage budget, not so happy. Well, I did sign 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 for 45 million pounds. Champions League, they want us to be competitive. Again, qualify for the Champions League. I don't understand why this happens in some of these rebuilds, where first season they want to win the league, and then after that it drops off. We saw it with Arsenal, much the same. So they want us to qualify for the Champions League, reach the final of the Portuguese Cup, and then the other stuff they don't really care about. My contract is also up at the end of the season, so fingers crossed they renew that bad boy. In terms of the season preview, having won the league the year before, we are not favourites to win it. Porto are favourites to win it, despite us having quite a lot of players in the Media Dream 11. We've got 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪, Mingueza, Soler, Morato, Weigl and 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 in there. But despite that, having some of the best players in the division, we're not tipped to win the league. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can go back to back. It's the end of season number 3, and we have gone back to back in the Portuguese league again. Only one loss for us in all competitions. We lost away to Belenenses. We lost that one game to them. Scored 96 goals in all 34 league matches, only conceding 21 as well. 89 points, which is the highest points return I think we've seen from anybody so far. Yeah, Porto won it in that first year with 77, up to 89 points, and you can really see that this team is starting to move forward, and that 96 goals scored is vitally impressive. 5 draws, 28 victories, comfortably beating Porto by 12 points there. But it wasn't just the league campaign that we were successful in. If we go into the competition screen, we won the Allianz Cup, which again, I know this is a competition that the board don't care about, but we did win that. We beat Braga 4-0 in the final. We also won the Super Cup 3-0, 2 goals for 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 and 1 for Lorenzo Luca in that season curtain opener, and annoyingly we were runners up to Sporting in the Cup. the main cup, because that was really frustrating for me, because I wanted a kind of clean sweep of everything. In terms of the Champions League, I have no idea where we finished. So let's have a look at Champions League Group G. We do go through top, which is nice to see. 5 victories and 1 loss. Where did we lose? Away at Napoli. No shame there. Ourselves and Napoli go through. Monaco drop into the Europa League. And AEK Athens, unfortunately, not making it out of the group in this particular instance. So then that means we qualify for the knockout stages of the Champions League, which is nice to see, where we take on Chelsea. Okay, first game we lose at the Bridge. Chilwell scored 2, Pulisic with 1, and we get a goal, luckily Ramos in the 91st minute. But then we beat them 3-0 at home. Rudiger getting sent off, but it doesn't really matter. We'd already scored our goals by then. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 scoring in the first minute. Hugo Felix with the double. Wow, I'm looking forward to seeing how good he gets on. And then we take on PSG in the quarterfinal stage, and go out 10-4 on aggregate. Quarterfinals of the Champions League, though, we're in some very good company here. As you can see, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Bayern, Liverpool, Man City, Barca, PSG, and then little old Benfica in that particular instance. Probably not as well thought of in current football as those other guys. So we've done pretty well, I'd say, moving things forward in terms of the team. Let's have a look at these boys. They are now 3 full stars. Lorenzo Luca doing Lorenzo Luca things. 30 goals and 12 assists for him in all comps this season. You love to see it. I don't know how much better he's going to get than this. I think this is potentially him at this current stage. And then Hugo Felix, again, going from strength to strength, if you ask me. His passing's gone up to an exceptional level now, along with his decision making and his flair and his vision. So this guy really does carve open opportunities for us. 55 starts in all competitions. 11 goals, 18 assists for the youngster. And I'm still calling him a youngster, despite the fact that he's turned 20. He does have the media prediction of Wonder Kid. But what I'm kind of worried about here, guys, is 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 is now wanted by Liverpool, Barca, and Manchester United. Solé is wanted as well by Man City and Juve. Mingueza, I believe, is wanted as well. He is wanted back by Barcelona. Luckily, I didn't do a buyback. But that's, yeah. This is going to be an interesting window. Finances wise, we've got 11.4 million. This is what a good showing in the Champions League can do for you. But I'd like to hold on to 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 for another year, to be perfectly honest. In terms of all comps and stuff, though, the player stats, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 was the top goal scorer for us. 41 goals in all competitions. Highest average rating, no real surprise there. Hugo Felix, most assists. And most player of the match awards goes to Lorenzo Luca and Karim 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪. As I was saying, in terms of his development in this particular save, he is fantastic. 41 goals and 12 assists in, 51 appearances. Not bad, is it? Not bad. Okay, season number 4. We need to try and get better in the Champions League. See if we can get past the quarterfinal stage. I'll be back with the transfer update for season number 4 right now. So, guys, I've got some bad news to report. Karim 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗 is no longer a Benfica player. He is now a striker at PSG. They activated his minimum fee release clause, so he is now a PSG player. £76 million was his minimum fee release clause, so ultimately I think that was a pretty good deal. He came over to a bigger side in Europe for 54 million. We sold him on 2 years later, a year later. Even 1 year later, and we've made 22 million in profit on him. Yes, I would have loved to have kept hold of him, but it wasn't to be, and you don't want to keep people here against their will. Morato, the centre-back, has gone. He has gone to Manchester City for £40 million. Again, looks very solid, but out of him and Solé, I'd have rather have kept Solé. Carlos Vinicius has gone to Fiorentina for £5 million, so we've made 121 million in this transfer window, which has allowed me to spend 77 million of my own. But we are starting to find some new gen talent. So Jorge Moreno is a Colombian central midfielder who comes into the team. I think Mentally, he's exceptional, has great flair, great work rate, good determination. Physically, he's very, very good as well. He's quite nice and tall, good on both feet. It's his technicals that need a little bit of work, but with our state-of-the-art facilities and our good coaches, I think this 18-year-old can go in to become a mainstay for the club. We needed a right back to actually free up 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 to play as a centre-back now, so we went out and signed 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 from Fluminense. He's had nice development over in Brazil this time around, so we paid 12.5 million for him. The new gen 475k bargain price we paid for him. We sold 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪. We went back to RB Salzburg and said, well, have your other asset, please. So we've signed Benjamin Sesko to kind of play up front as well. Him and Lorenzo Luca will fight it out. I'm not going to pin either of them in there. And have you noticed here, Ivan Almeida, he's getting better. 17 years of age. He's no longer inconsistent, which is great. You love to see that. The model citizen personality is really, really going to help that, along with that high determination. So maybe he can get some game time as well. But we have signed Sesko, 14.75 million for Sesko, which is nice to see. Angelo, we signed him from Santos to play on that right-hand side. He's not a like-for-like 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗 replacement. He's nowhere near that level, but I think he could become that. So we've brought him into play as that inside forward on that right hand side. Then we needed a left back because I wasn't paying full attention, and Grimaldo got sold for his minimum fee release clause in January. So we went out and signed 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 from Wolves, who were relegated out of the Premier League. We went and spent relatively big on him, actually. 40.5 million for a guy who got relegated out of the Premier League is probably a little bit too much. I feel like I've been fleeced a little bit there. But in terms of that outgoing, where is he? Yeah, Alex Grimaldo has gone to Arsenal. He went in the January, and I wasn't aware of it, but his minimum fee release clause was hit of 17.25 million. So unfortunately, I lost my left back halfway through the season, and I didn't even know. So that's really frustrating. In terms of the tactic, what we're going to do, I think everybody is at a footing where they can sort of fight for themselves now. So picking without restriction, João Felix is still there as that central attacking midfielder, and Sesko comes in. So that does mean Lorenzo Luca drops to the bench. But this is the team as things stand. Livakovic, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, Soleil Mengueza, 𝘼𝙗𝙪, Gedson Fernandez alongside Weigl, who I'm surprised is still here. Goncalves, Felix, Rafa, Benjamin Sesko. This is a very good team. In my opinion, this is the best team we've had. Feels like it has the most balance. It's not 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 heavy and reliant on that side, but Goncalves is going to have to give us something this time around. In terms of competitions for season number 4, we're doing pretty well. We've got all the cups and everything. Obviously, Champions League, we go in the group stage, and we're looking to go back to back to back in the league. In terms of the club vision, they're kind of happy with me for the most part. They like 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 as a signing, but they're disappointed with the finances in some of the deals to just release some of our players. In terms of the comps, though, first knockout round of the Champions League is the requirement. Having been in the quarter-final stage last time around, qualify for the Champions League in the league, reach the final of the Portuguese Cup, we move. And then after that, next season, they want us to start challenging for the title, which I can kind of understand. But season number 4, transfer update, start the season, all done and dusted. See you at the end of it. Michael Jordan, eat your heart out. We have three-peated the Portuguese league in season number 4. 89 points again for us this season. Exactly the same points return as we had last season. Again, only one loss. Rio Ave away from home. 10 points clear of Porto this time around. 28 victories, 5 draws in the league. So again, another dominant performance from the Benfica boys. In terms of the other competitions though, let's talk about the ones in Portugal first. Clean sweep of those. The Super Cup, nobody really cares, but we beat Sporting 2-0. The Allianz Cup, nobody cares again, but we did beat Braga 3-0. I like winning trophies. Winning trophies is just nice, isn't it? And then we also won the Portuguese Cup, beating Porto in that final 1-0. Again, Champions League performance, we got ourselves to the quarterfinals, and this time we came up against Bayern Munich, losing 4-2 on aggregate this time. Not quite the 10-5 to PSG, but again, we're in good company here in that quarterfinal stage. In terms of our progression and that first knockout stage, we did come up against Atalanta and we were too good for them. But it seems like the quarterfinal stage is our home right now. We're doing pretty well in that competition. And I think losing 3-0 away to Bayern isn't the end of the world. beating them at home 2-1. Obviously, if you look at the aggregate score, isn't too bad at all. This one did go into extra time. Leon Goretzka scored the goal for Bayern, and then Mateus Arezzo's it Bayern? Wow, Mateus Arezzo at Bayern Munich. Fair play. He scored after Goretzka leveled the scoring, and then Christopher Nkunku with the decisive goals there in extra time, but not really having enough. Interestingly enough, playing a 4-2-3-1 as well. This generating match report, it's taken a long time to come up, but yeah, good Bayern side. Good Bayern side. They're still playing Müller up top, so maybe they need to look at that. But they got past us regardless. Who won the Champions League out of curiosity? Man City beat PSG. Fair play. So clean sweep of everything that Portugal has to offer. Again, another quarterfinal showing in that Champions League. Benjamin Sesko did a very good thing. Scored 20 goals in the league. Fair play, Benjamin Sesko. I like the way that he is developing, but again, as players do well for me, I have a feeling that they're going to start to attract attention from other people. George, towards the end of the season, I just chucked George in as a permanent fixture in the team. He's consistent now. He's got that 20 flair. He is listed as a wonder kid. He's got some fantastic traits on the boy already. So I just wanted to get him as much game time as possible. Played 47 times for us in all competitions. 7 goals, 9 assists, but he is a box-to-box midfielder, so I'm actually quite happy with that return. Where is Mr. Felix? I always want to show you guys Hugo Felix. 8 goals and 10 assists for him in all comps. He's now 21 years of age. He's going to be a regular mainstay in the team anyway because of his ability this time, not because of me forcing it, but looking very, very good in this squad. We've got a couple of players who are wanted, a couple of players who are transfer listed as well. We are trying to move some players on. But we've got a little bit of money to spend, like just under 10 million to spend on players, but you never know. If someone comes in big and wants Sesko, then maybe we move again and trying to cycle this into the 3rd iteration of this Benfica team. I'll be back for a transfer update in just a second. Transfer update, it is the 5th and final season. All the outgoings, we've got 3 outgoings, we made no money. We've got 1 incoming, and we spent no money. He was free. Ferran Torres was being released from Manchester City, again coming in maybe as a more ready-made 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 replacement. Probably again not at that level, but he's got great pace, great physicals. I like in him, decent enough mentals, and he knows where the goal is. So to pick him up on a free transfer, I think is very, very good. He's not played for Man City in the last 3 years, really. 5 appearances in the last 3 years in the league. It's just not good enough. He's a little bit of a wasted talent. But no money in, no money out means we've still got some money knocking around, but I have slid it all into the wage budget to try and accommodate and sort of improve our finances just that little bit. So in terms of the team and the tactic, guys, this is kind of where we're at right now. If I quick pick without restriction this best 11, this is how things are looking. So Livakovic in goal, Calegari, Soleil, Mingueza, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, Moreno alongside Weigl was a very good partnership in this central midfield. Ferran Torres, João Felix, Rafa, and then Benjamin Sesko up top. Shout out Ivan Almeida. Looks great now, 18 years of age. He has grown, he has become a very, very good player. And obviously that model citizen personality is fantastic for that dressing room as well. 2 goals in 14 appearances for him for the club, which is very, very nice. And I think this season he will get some more game time. Lorenzo Luca is still here, but he is currently wanted by Atleti. Maybe we move him on to get some money back in the coffers and just let Almeida play in that position as the backup striker behind Benjamin Sesko. All competitions again, it's all the same as last year. We won all the ones in Portugal and we had a good showing in the Champions League, again getting to that quarter-final, but we cannot break that curse. We cannot get past that quarter-final stage. In terms of everything else, though, club vision wise, they kind of want us to continue on. We're not going to adjust the budget. Club vision, we're kind of doing all these other bits here, developing players through the club's youth system. I mean, Almeida's going to play, Hugo Felix is going to play, so there you go. Champions League football, they want us to reach the 1st round, win the Portuguese league, and reach the final of the Portuguese Cup, much the same as every single season. But I'm on a B- there. Overall, they are happy with what we're doing. They like the free signing of Ferran Torres. Who wouldn't? So obviously this is the 5th and final season, guys. Write down in the comments, let me know how you think I'm going to get on in this 5th and final season. The team's good. The team is probably as good as I can get it at this point. Let me know how you think we're going to get on in this season number 5. Season number 5 was very, very eventful. This is the competition screen. We've won the league again. We were runner-up in the Allianz Cup. We knocked out in the 4th round of the Portuguese Cup, which is really disappointing. We won the Super Cup, but we're runners-up in the Champions League, guys. We got all the way to the Champions League final. Yes, we got pasted by PSG. We lost 4-0. To PSG, but look at this PSG side. Donnarumma, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Mendes, Rodri, SMS, Bellingham, Adeyemi, Haaland, Neymar. That front three is just disgusting. The central midfield trio is brilliant. Like, Rodri being the worst out of those three is just crazy. Bellingham and SMS. I got to have a look at Bellingham. I love Bellingham in this year's game. Yeah, he's not bad, is he? 22 years of age, looks like an exceptional talent. Each time I see Jude Bellingham in this game, I just love to see it. But that is a stacked team. We lost 4-0. Neymar scored a hat-trick. Adeyemi scored against his former club. We only had one shot in the game. I'm not surprised. PSG are exceptional. To work our way through, though, let's look at the groups, because I don't know what happened here. We were in a group with Arsenal, Slavia Prague and Feyenoord. We go through in second, actually, only 8 points. Arsenal absolutely annihilating their way through the groups there. Then we go into the first knockout round. We take on Real Madrid. We beat Real Madrid 3-2 on aggregate, beating them 2-1 at home. Then into the quarter-final stage, we take on Manchester City, and we get past them 2-1 on aggregate as well. This was always the burden on this team, getting to that quarter-final stage and not being able to get through. So semi-finals, we could have taken on Dortmund, Bayern or PSG. We know we don't take on PSG. So which one of the German giants do we get? We take on Dortmund, and we beat them 4-2 on aggregate. And PSG beating Bayern 7-1 on aggregate, so we can kind of see why PSG are that damn good. So all in all, guys, winning the league again, not our highest points return by any stretch. If we go into the full league table, 84 points. We only win it by 4 points over Sporting here. 103 goals scored though in all competitions. We know where the back of the net is, but we did lose 2 games this season, away to Braga and away to Sporting. All in all, though, I'm very, very happy with this save and the position that we've left them in. Benjamin Sesko, top goal scorer for us in all comps. 34 for him. João Felix, highest average rating. Most assists for him. And Jorge Moreno there. Hugo Felix, yeah, he's very, very good if you give him the game time, guys, just to let you know. And Jorge Moreno, obviously going out and signing this new gen for 400k. He's now worth between 47 and 55 million pounds for a 20-year-old. I think he's exceptional and is a very, very nice one to pick up in this particular team. If we go into the tactic, though, we did sell, where is it? We did sell Lorenzo Luca. He did go. He went to Bayern for 20 million. He was kind of getting a bit unhappy that he wasn't playing a huge amount, so we let him go to Bayern for 20 mil in the end. And that is because the emergence of Ivan Almada, I think he looks great. 19 years of age. This could potentially be up there with one of the best wonder kids that I've seen come through the game this year. 1 cap, 1 goal for the Portuguese national team, aged 19, valued between 35 and 47 million. He is the ideal backup to Benjamin Sesko, and I think within a season he will start. Like, there's no way that he doesn't. 16 finishing, great first touch, 18 technique on a 19-year-old. He's good on both feet. He's got great agility and balance, model citizen personality, great decision making, great determination. He's fantastic off the ball. He knows where the back of the net is. In 20 starts and 15 sub appearances, he's scored 19 goals in all competitions, which is very, very good. And I think he will be leading the line before people realise. But we've also, in terms of the dev centre, we've got a couple more players coming through, which I've been trying to promote the sort of youth players as they've been coming through. But look at some of this talent, guys. Angelo, I know we bought 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 is actually a player at the club already, but Oscar Almeida, Bittencourt, another Almeida, Daniel Ferry is a centre-back who I think could turn into a little bit of a monster. 17 tackling, 17 technique with the good balance as well. He's only 18 years of age. I think he could be another fantastic player for us. And then obviously you got Big George as well, who's 20, but he's playing in the first team. So we've got a lot of high potential players here, guys, and this is a perfect instance for you to take over. Yes, we were battered in the Champions League final, but this team got to the Champions League final, and I think their future is in very, very good hands. Looking at some of these players, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, potentially one of the older ones in this squad at 22 years of age. This team can go really, really far. And if you guys want to pick up this save, you can do. I will post it after this video has gone live into my Discord channel. You guys can go and pick it up 5 years into the future with these particular set of youngsters and see where you can take this Benfica team moving things on. You can download the save, kick me out as manager, take over 5 years into the future, and let me know if you do that, how you get on with this Benfica team, because there are some exceptional wonder kids that you can use here. New generated talent. I love to see it. That's what makes FM so great, is the diversity in the talent pool and the difference in every single iteration of a save. You could do the same Benfica save as me, but you're never going to find Jorge Moreno because he is that newly generated player. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today, guys. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like on the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are picking up things for the very first time around here. And who would you like to see me rebuild next week, though? I will say we are already working on the rebuild. It is another 10 season rebuild. We're talking about a fallen giant, someone a little bit further down. But after that, let me know in the comments who you would like to see coming up next. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you on another one very, very soon.